I'm Paige, God's brown-eyed girl, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my June pile of possibilities, and I'm going to be participating in Red, White in June and a picnic in June. And the picnic in June is hosted by Lucy from the Lucy Chronicles, Jamie, Lulu, you want it up? Okay. Jamie from Read Brucey. She's mostly active on Instagram, but she has just started doing some videos on YouTube. Jay from the Canson Reader, Kay's of Kay's Library, and Lindsay of Lindsay Lou Lemus, and she's only on Instagram as of right now. And all their birthdays are in June. And you're basically like creating your own picnic. And I'll link all their channels, and they have the graphics up. And the first prompt is, what are you eating? And I chose pasta, which is Lindsay's prompt, and it's a book with a heavy topic. And for that I chose Uncle Tom's Cabin. I chose Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe. And this will also be for Anne's classics for the Home of the Brave, which has to be set in America. Get down. Set in America. And the next prompt is, what's the setting? And I chose Jade Mountains, which has to be set in the mountains, so mountains on the cover. And for this, I'm going to be reading Life Flight by Lynette Easton. And I think a bunch of us are going to be reading this. And this is about an EMS helicopter pilot is forced to make an emergency landing with a critical patient due to a storm, and there's a serial killer on the loose. What animal do you see? And Panda was Lucy's choice, which is a black and white cover or a cute story. Secrets, Lies, and Deadly Ties by Tawny Suchley. And this is about Charlie, who barely escaped a house fire the same day that her parents vanished, and her aunt, I think it is, moved to Ruby Falls. And 5 years later, a detective finds her mother's necklace about 1,000 miles from the last place she saw her mother. And what else are you doing? So the only one left is Kay's. So I chose writing, and the book I chose is the Emma M. Lyon series, and the first volume, and I'm pretty sure the whole thing is like journal entries. And then the bonus prompt for the birthday girls, I chose To Love a Beast, which was on Lindsay's 5-star from Goodreads. And it's the first in the Once Upon a Texas retelling, and it's also a Western and a Snow White retelling. And then for the Red, White, and June readathon, which is hosted by Old American Spirit, and she's also the creator of it, I think. But also Kelly Reads a Lot, Morgan's Endless Bookshelves, Tales and Treats with Tay, Cheryl from Candlewick Library, Anne in Search of Wonder, and Bethany Brings Books are all hosts of it. And there are 7 prompts, I think, but you only need to read a fiction and nonfiction to fiction for it. And the nonfiction I'm reading is 13 Clocks, How Race United The Colonists and Made the Declaration of Independence by Robert G. Parkinson. And for the nonfiction, I'm going to be reading The Lace Maker by Laura France. And if either one of these books have any of the other prompts in it, I'll just count that towards them. But the other 5 prompts are Secrets or Spies, Loyalists or Patriots, Quill and Parchment, Faith that Endures, Courage and Petticoats. And then for Jeanette's Christian Fiction Challenge, which is a year-long challenge, I'm going to be reading The Women of Oak Ridge for the Booktuber recommendation. And Jeanette has recommended that one, as well as a bunch of other booktubers. And then for Set in Summer, Water from My Heart by Charles Martin. And he's one that I'm wanting to read to zero. And almost every book is set in summer of his, not all, but a good bit of his are. And a lot of them do have graphic medical content. But again, not all, but that's just like a warning if you do read his books to look into. For Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, for a book that has a place in it, I'm going to be reading Sense and Sensibility. And then just for an extra book, if I get the time to get to it, is A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. And Oshina is doing a Francine Rivers month-long challenge. And I haven't been keeping up with it, and I went to look for this month, and it's the 3rd one in this trilogy, so I just went and got the first one in it. And after doing this video and making my notes and all, I noticed I have a lot of heavy topics. So I do have some like cleansers in it, but I'm also kind of intimidated because I just came off a month that had like 4 books back to back that was really, really good. And I don't want to ruin that streak. If anyone has any prayer requests, leave them in the comments and I'll add you to my prayer list. And have a good day and God bless.